Hello Taurus, Johnny Alchemy here. Thank you again for joining me on my channel. We're going to be doing your end of January tarot card reading. So let's hop right in and pull out some cards. Let's see what we got for you. And again, this is going to be a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Everything here is to help you make the best decisions possible to create the life that you want for yourself. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about the long-term past or short-term past for some of you. We got two major arcanas here. Let's just hop right in. We got the Tower. So this could be something maybe 6 months ago or longer, maybe something that happened a while ago. So really it's saying here, if you had any moments last year really that were really abrupt changes, that were very I guess, what's the word? Tumultuous. That word keeps popping up in my mind, even for some other readings. I don't know why specifically that one. But really, it's just like, it was very sudden, these changes. And it really destroyed something in your life, where it either, things like, a breakup, things like, a change of location or a change of job, unfortunately, things like, losing someone or loss, things like that. It's saying for that, all of those things, like those examples that I gave, first off, it's just to say that that's how life is, in terms of things have to be destroyed or let go in order for new things to take its place. I know it's so much easier to say than to deal with, but that is just the principle of how life is. You think about a tree. How many times does a leaf have to wither and die so that new growth can take its place? It's just the natural law of things, and we are no exception to that. And so here it's kind of like that. If anyone went through that. Also, we got the Sun card here in reverse. So really saying for some of you, it could have been a very draining time. It could have been a time where, it could have been hard to be happy. It could have been hard to see the more positive side of life, And this is just all in the past. I want to reiterate that, This is something that maybe whoever this resonates with, like this may have been what you have gone through. It's not your present moment. So this is all just giving context. So really here, anyone who went through that as well, and again the nine of cups here as well. So really saying, it was a draining time during that big change in your life where you had to make a big change or lose something of some kind, where it really just also at the same time made you feel a little stuck, if that makes sense. The Nine of Cups could say that as well in terms of stagnation or like maybe isolation. I could feel that for some of you, especially even possible depression and all those big hard feelings, all that stuff, So again, this is all context, this is nothing to say that is how it affects you right now. So again, for anyone who went through that, first of all, my heart goes out to you. I know those times are not difficult. So, and if you have gotten over those times, as I can see with some of these other cards, that I will get into, good for you, because you've understood that that's how life is sometimes, and we all take a turn, if that makes sense. So now let's move on to the present. So first of all, I'd like to see this. We have the Six of Swords here in reversed. So this comes right underneath that Tower card. It's really saying, that it was a transition period, for some of you, and talking about the present right now, it's like you are transitioning from that big change, that big abrupt, tumultuous time. I just got to keep using that word. I don't know why. But really it's like, but you know that you had to move on. That you had to find calmer shores, you had to find a better situation, a calmer situation, a more stable one, whatever it is. So really here, especially in the reversed, it's really saying, for me, it's like when I see that card in reversed, it's like that transition it was not an easy one, but it was an easy decision to make. And that also that transition period is pretty much almost over or coming to completion, if that makes sense. And especially seeing that underneath the Tower card, I love to see that for you, especially because we got such good cards here right now. We got the Three of Cups again. I have a feeling, as I said, if this transition period for some of you really is coming to an end, and now is a time for celebration. There's something here where maybe you could be reconnecting with friends, or maybe from this period you reconnected or connected with new people in your life that are meant to be in your life at this current moment. Maybe those who know what you've gone through and that are able to actually celebrate how far you've come as well. So really here, in terms of the Three of Cups, there's going to be a support group, friends, family, community, whoever it is, that's going to support you during this time of you getting over or overcoming really whatever it is from the past that may have caused you some pain. We also got the Knight of Cups here. I love to see this because really it's saying for some of you, you've gone through something that was very difficult and that was challenging, but now you have this new cup of emotional fulfillment. You had to empty your cup, if that makes sense, from the past, and now you fill it with something new. You've taken things and you've learned things from the past where it is no longer just pain. Now it is wisdom and intuition. It is experience as well. And so now you can use that to fill up your cup, to know what it is that you want to move forward into, where it is that you want to move that is fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling for you. Also, who you may want to share this cup with. Who are the people who are deserving of your love, of being in your life, that you can share this emotional fulfillment with as well. So really coming into, especially being into the middle of your spread, it really says to me some type of rebirth of some kind for you, because also the Knight of most of the Knights in the tarot are really on some type of mission. So here I think it's really reconnecting with your joy, your happiness, those who give you happiness as well. So here I think for that too, I think there's a lot of joy to be had. I think you're really trying to know who you can share that joy with from overcoming things in the past. Now moving on to the future and things to consider in terms of themes. We got the Ten of Wands. Love to see this for you, especially in the reversed. Again, in that whole column talking about the Tower, the Six of Swords, and that transition. Now we have a completion here, the Ten of Wands. It's saying that you're going to be less burdened now. You're going to have a weight taken off of your shoulders. You're going to be able to put down those sticks and all that heaviness that you may have had to carry for a while, and now you're going to be much lighter and free from it. Again, the Tens in Tarot is talking about a completion of a cycle. So again, a big cycle like the Tower, it's talking about letting go of what happened in the past, of all that change and all those emotions or thoughts that are attached to that as well. So it's like you're letting go of the burden. You're letting go of the weight. You're moving forward. We also got the Five of Cups here. So again, the Five of Cups, it really says that you're coming to terms with the things that you've lost. Again, this person is so focused on the things that they've lost, but now I think you're coming into this where you're starting to look around you and look at the big picture. Look at what is around you right now. Again, all of these cups here. As I said, with that Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Five of Cups is saying, like you didn't lose everything. There is still stuff for here that you can be grateful for. And if we change focus from the loss and just focus in on what we have in terms of what we have now in our present moment, we can pick up these two cups and move forward. We can build that bridge and get over our emotions and find a new stability, a new home across those waters that are moving fast and tumultuous. That's funny that fits as well. So here, I think you're coming to peace with loss, ultimately, whatever that may be in your life. I think that's a beautiful thing. The Hermit as well. Love to see this because I think from that Tower journey, you may have had to do a lot of alone time, And I think with the Hermit journey, if that does resonate with you, if you had to take that dark night of the soul, that soul journey, if that makes sense, to make sense of the past, make sense of past pain as well, you have learned how to find your light. You have learned to find a new truth that makes sense to you from that darkness, in that darkness. And so here, just as that Hermit carries that lantern is a star, inside that lantern is a star that is a representation of its truth, of that person's truth. So here, as that person goes through this journey and starts to realize their truth more and more, that lantern grows. And so that lantern, with that light growing brighter and brighter, it starts to diminish the shadow and starts to reveal things in that darkness where you start to make sense and make understandings from the unknown. and from that pain. So here I really feel like for some of you, you are gaining these big lessons. You're starting to realize the bigger picture, starting to become grateful from how far, because you understand how bad things could be in the past. And now you're starting to become very grateful for the changes of how much they've changed now. And also coming to new truth and enlightenment from that as well. So let's pull out some more cards. These next 3 cards are going to be things that you are facing, have faced, and are letting go. As I said, I feel like for some of you have moved on from that Tower moment. So let's see some of the big things. We got the 8 of Pentacles, got the 9 of Swords, definitely. We got the Hanged Man. So here, 8 of Pentacles. Really, it's really saying here you are letting go of anything that takes you away from your mastery. And I think really for you is mastery over self, I think if there's any type of especially coming in line with that Tower card and the Sun card and 9 of Cups reversed, it's really saying that if there was anything that really made you feel unsure, or if there was a point in that transition where you just didn't know what to do, where there was a lot of uncertainty or confusion on how to make something happen, here it's really saying that you're learning how to let go of those things. Because I think from this experience, you had to relearn how to master yourself, master your situations, and master your power of choice. So here in terms of that 8 of Pentacles, it really is saying, from that darkness and from that uncertainty, you learned how to rebuild yourself, rebuild your situation into what you wanted it to be from that destruction of the Tower. We also got the 9 of Swords here, talking about letting go of past pain. Obviously, that's what a lot of that I've already mentioned upon. So here it's really saying any type of belief systems that really kept you limited, anything that really caused you a lot of pain or kept you up at night, or caused you to have not so great sleep, stuff like that. Anything that kind of haunted your mind or kept you, as I said, kept you up at night. So here it's really saying all of those things. Any past pain that you experienced from that Tower moment, now you're learning how to let them go. You're coming to peace with them. We also got the Hanged Man. Here it's really saying you're letting go, this is actually more of a time and movement type of thing that I can feel here. It's saying, if this was a time that was very slow, if this Tower moment, again, Major Arcana is talking about a long-term significant times or of our life. So it's really saying, now in terms of you're going to move forward. The Hanged Man is talking about it's like a literal pause. Like this man, he puts himself upside down to see the world from a different perspective. And so here I think it was very much the same for you. It's like your world was turned upside down, whoever that resonates with. And now you're able to see the world from a different way, even though it is not the natural way or more of a negative opposite way of how you feel like it should be. But still, you gained a new perspective. You gained a certain truth again from there. As I said, reflecting back on that Hermit card, this halo over here is new enlightenment from this new perspective. Even if it is a negative one, you still learn. And that's the thing, we learn the most from the dark times in life, from our failures, from the times where we have to struggle or being challenged. That's the times where we have our highest learning. So here it's really saying, that the time of this is over, of that Tower moment. Now you're going to start to move forward, and now you're going to use that new wisdom and enlightenment to guide you forward as well. So you're letting go of all of these things. You're learning how to face them and ultimately let them go and release them. Now these next set of cards are going to be blessings or lessons from the universe that are coming to you or have not come to fruition yet. So here we got the 7 of Cups. We got the Star. I will touch upon that as well, the Queen of Cups. So here we got the 7 of Cups. Again, more emotions. You got the Knight of Cups, 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups. So now we got the 7. Here it's really saying, from that period where things are maybe destroyed, with that Tower, now you get to have options. You will have variety and choice now to create something that you want out of that situation. So here with that 7 of Cups, it's saying, you can have abundance, you can have material wealth, you can have riches, you can have beauty, you can have all of these things now. So now it's saying, the universe is going to start to give you options for that emotional fulfillment, and now it's saying, that times where you may have felt like unsure or all that other stuff, you know, or like that you are limited in some type of way. Now you're going to have that abundance, that option, and that variety to choose. Ultimately, you got the Star card. The Star comes right after that Tower card, you know. It comes right after there because it's saying, you know, from that dark night and from that difficult times, the sky's clear. And finally, in that darkness in the skies at nighttime, you start to see the stars. The stars are the light in the darkness. What did I say with that Hermit card? That star that is inside his lantern. That is the light in the darkness. And so here it's really saying for some of you, this is a process of renewal and rebirth. Things have to be shedded, old skin has to be shedded, old ways of thinking, old ways of being, old situations have to be let go and released, or even sometimes destroyed, you know, in order for there to be room for new things to come in. So hopefully, I think here that lesson and that knowledge will come to you in terms of who it is that you may understand who you want to be now more authentically, who it is you want to be now from that experience, you know, who are you now from that experience. So here it's really forming you, you know, it's forming you into a new person, a more genuine person in terms of who you are right now in that present, instead of being identified with that person in the past. Finally, we got the Queen of Cups. Love to see this again. There's going to be emotional calmness. There's going to be a certain being in touch with your emotions as well. And also coming back to your heart center. So here, as I said, with that Knight of Cups, you know, and also this Queen of Cups is saying that you may be going through this period right now where you're starting to get in touch with your emotions from that past pain. And now you're able to share that emotion and understand who you can share that with to celebrate. So here, that Queen of Cups, you're going to be in touch with your emotion, your feminine power of that, and also become more intuitive from that past experience as well. So let's pull the last three cards to see what this reading is all about in terms of themes and everything like that. Oh, we actually had two. Two wanted to come out. Inward revolution and awakening. Inward revolution, exactly. That's what I said with that Hermit card. Absolutely. This one got trust. Okay, yup. I'll touch upon that in a second. This one didn't want to move. Honesty. Okay. First, let me go with these two, trust and honesty. So here, trust, I think it's really saying to trust the way the universe works and trust the process. You know, I think for some of you, you are starting to gain the understanding of why things had to happen the way they did in the past. And now you're understanding, you know, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am now or be grateful for the things I have now. So I think here it's like you're learning to trust the process and how the universe and life works in terms of that way. Also, we have honesty. As I said with that Star card, you're learning how to be your most honest, unapologetic version of yourself. You're learning how to be very authentic and genuine from your experiences, and again, from your darker, more difficult experiences in the past. And that makes you a much more genuine, open, and honest human being, because you understand how hard things can be, as I said before. You know, so by doing that, you understand like you have nothing to lose at this point by being more authentic and genuine to yourself. You know, because you know how hard things can be. So I might as well be the most authentic person as I can be and be who I know I'm meant to be at this moment in my life. You know, so I think from that abrupt change of the Tower, I think it really shook things up to where it's like you're able to be very brave and courageous in terms of what it is that you want and expressing yourself. Again, inward revolution, very much like that Hermit card. You had to go through that dark night of the soul to make your star shine brighter. You know, there was a lot of lessons and truth to be learned on that soul level and that understanding. So again, that was from an inward journey. Nothing else from the external that could have been given to you. You had to find it out for yourself, from yourself. And finally, awakening. Very much like the Star card. Again, you're going to be, this is going to be giving you a new awakening to a new self. A new situation, a new way of being, new awareness as well, new enlightenment. So really, this is your awakening journey for some of you. Again, you go from the Tower to the Star. That's a proper progression of the major arcana. So you are doing the Fool's journey of going on the major arcana right now. And this is your awakening journey. This is the next step. So I think for some of you, you are on that path, and you're on the correct path, correct path right now. And you're starting to get over and overcome those challenging times. So this is kind of what I see for some of you Taurus out there, a lot of growth, a lot of healing, a lot of new truth and honesty coming in. And now you have the ability to celebrate with those around you, to celebrate your emotional, emotional development. That's really the thing here, emotional development, and also just to become who you're supposed to be right now in this moment. So that's kind of what I see for you right now. There's a lot going on in this reading. I love seeing it. For me, it makes a lot of sense. I hope it resonated with some of you out there. But I think that's all I got for you for this reading. So if this did resonate, don't forget to hit that like button. Consider subscribing as well. And don't forget to leave me a comment. I love hearing comments from you guys. So I want to say thank you again for watching. Very much appreciate you. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.